What is going on, guys? Ichin here from CZeroMedia. Yes, I am finally back in the garage, about to get started on the 280Z. This is a car I picked out about a year ago, and I haven't really had a chance to modify it and turn into a car that I dreamed of. This is going to be the very beginning of my 280Z build series. First of all, I'm gonna focus on the suspension systems. I'm gonna upgrade the brakes. I'm gonna completely redo the exterior of the car, interior of the car, and then eventually maybe possibly even getting to swapping the engine. But for now, I'm gonna focus on the suspension, exterior, interior, and the brake systems. So first of all, let me just show you what I have planned for the exterior of the car, which is drawn up on a whiteboard inside the house, which I highly recommend that you guys get also to keep things organized. Alright guys, so here is a whiteboard showing exactly what I have planned for the 280Z as of now. So I got it split up by exterior, suspension, interior, brakes, engine. You don't have to worry about that for now. I'm gonna focus on the exterior, and don't worry about the CV550 either, because I'm gonna be doing the Gixxer front end conversion. That's for different playlist. So today I'm gonna be focused on the exterior. What I had sitting in the garage is the 240Z lower valance. This lower valance, which mounts under the front portion of the car, did not exist on my car at all. I bought the 240Z front lower valance that's going to be installed, and with that it's going to have a turn signal that's going to get mounted to the 240Z bumper. I got a 240Z grill that deletes the 280Z turn signals by Skillard. I got a splitter that's going to go on under the car, also made by Skillard. Bumper delete, I'm going to explain that later. Turn signal delete also for the front and rear by Skillard. I'm going to be installing fender mirrors to keep that JDM look from the 70s. So the green check marks are the parts I've already purchased, and the reds are things I need to buy, and pointing out kind of where I'm looking for these parts from. So fender mirrors I'm looking for off eBay. I also want to convert the rear taillights from 280Z to 240Z. 280Z taillights, for those of you who are familiar with these cars, have the brake light and the reverse light separate from each other, but the 240Zs have the brake light kind of extended with the reverse lights included in it, so it's got a cleaner look to the rear end of the car. So I already bought the 240Z taillights from eBay. I just need to find the 240Z shroud that surrounds the taillight, as well as the taillight gasket. I'm gonna have to, I'm still waiting on the 240Z license plate light delete kit from Skillard. I will explain that later. Of course, I'm going with the ZZ fenders to give that over fender look. And I eventually wanna go with a 3-piece wing. Retro spec makes a 3-piece wing that I want to mold into the rear of the car. It's like a lip, I guess, should I say, more so than a wing. Haven't bought anything, so if you have any recommendations for where I can get a 3-piece wing aside from retro spec, let me know. So this is what I'm focused on right now, and I'll talk about this in later episodes. But of course, I'm getting brand new coilovers, rims, tires, bushings, camber plates, interior, new carpet, seats, brake. I'm gonna be redoing front and rear brakes, and engine. That's for even later down the road. So for now, we're gonna go back to the garage. All right, we're back in the garage. And by the way, I already have the ZZ fenders. I'll show you that later. And let's focus on the front end of the vehicle today. And before I get started, let me just tell you that it is 20 degrees here in Michigan today, so it is quite chilly. I got my propane heater running back and forth because this thing is a little too loud for me to run and film at the same time. So I kick this on, get some work done, time lapse that, turn it off, open the garage so I don't kill myself from the fumes, and then do some talking. So that's the walking filming process that I'm going with today, which is gonna take 10 times more time than it would if I was not filming, but I want to record these things and show you guys what I'm going through. Alright, so the front end of the car. Right here is a Type 1 bumper I got for a 240Z. Now the difference between 240Z and 260-280 is that 240 has the blinker, the turn signal mounted on the lower balance itself. On the 280, you can notice that the blinker is integrated inside the grill there. The previous owner did some custom work where he integrated this custom sheet metal bumper and run it across into the fender of the car. And as you can notice, the light bucket has also been welded together with the fender, which overall gives the car a very clean look, and it's very well executed. Except I don't like the look. It makes the car look like a Jaguar, like a Type E Jaguar. So what I'm gonna do now is try to figure out how to remove this piece off, cut this off, and cut the bottom half off. All right, now going under the car, even more impressive, the previous owner made it so that the front bumper can be removed. So if you notice, this big metal piece is attached by the bolt here. So I'm gonna go ahead and undo those bolts, 2 bolts on the left and right side, and see if I can drop this whole thing off. Alright guys, so removing the front end wasn't too bad. Previous owner was kind enough to be able to unbolt everything. So all I had to do was unbolt a bunch of nuts and bolts and everything came off. However, as I suspected, this custom bumper piece, it left me no mounting points for me to mount this lower valance. It's completely one piece. And I was hoping that he left me brackets inside that I can still reuse, but when you look inside, there's absolutely nothing. Everything is cut off and sanded off clean. So if you have a stock S30, you have this indent in the front bumper where you can mount that lower valance vertically, right? So 2 bolts, one here goes in, and then the horizontal piece gets pinched on the fender here. That's the stock location. Same here. I printed out a couple examples so I can see where the cutoff line is. But in my case, I need to recreate this indent piece, which is going to be complete pain in the ass. I don't want to do that. I don't think I have welding skills enough to do this. And here is what the previous owner did, right? So this is the cutoff line. Here he welded that piece and above into this one flat area, and then welded on the bumper that exists today. So I have no idea where this cutoff line is, and I don't really know how far up I need to weld all a new bracket in order to recreate this stock mounting position. So what I might have to do is literally just chop this off straight across, and then so this, there's gonna be no indent here, it's just gonna be flush, and then modify the lower valance so that the horizontal piece goes all the way across. Instead of having this vertical mounting point, I might just cut this off, run a horizontal mounting piece across, and just weld on the L bracket in a couple of locations in order to mount the bumper. Because honestly, my welding skill is definitely not good enough to recreate the stock mounting bracket. So this leaves me with a pain in the ass situation, and I kind of suspected this, which is the reason why I didn't start working on the Datsun until today, is that for one, if I was to mount this lower valance, I need to chop this off basically, right? Exactly at the OEM location, so that I can mount this horizontal mounting point at the stock height, which I need to figure out and create like a L bracket on the car so I can weld that on. I need to then create this vertical plate that's gonna sit in front of the bumper to make sure everything is flush. Complete pain in the ass job, now that I think of it. I'm gonna sleep on this idea, but for now, I know that I'm gonna have to cut across on the bumper here in order to, even start mounting the lower valance. So I'm just gonna cut across here on both sides, left and right. Alright guys, and we are done chopping stuff up. As you can see, there's a gap there. I'm going to figure out how high this needs to go, and figure out really how I want to modify this, if I want to do the L bracket method or some other creative way for mounting this front lower valance. And here are the parts that came off. Weight reduction right here. I'm glad I can finally get rid of this gigantic piece. As you can see, this is the side pieces that had the welds on the inside. Beautifully done. Good looking welds. Everything was sealed up correctly with a little bit of bond on the surface. Beautiful job. It's just too bad that I didn't like that concept car look that was going on. So I got a couple grill pieces and front turn signals that came off the car that's gonna be up for sale. Okay guys, so as far as the front modification goes, I'm gonna stop right here and wait for the skillered front grille to come in, because if I mount the 280Z front grille, which goes down to the top surface of the lower valance, I can figure out exactly how high this needs to be mounted. So I'm gonna mount the grill, figure out the height, and then figure out the mounting situation for the lower valance here. Alright guys, I'm back in the office. It is actually day 2 after I slept on the idea of how I'm gonna mount the lower valance onto the fenders. I think I'm gonna go with the L bracket idea. I'm gonna create a horizontal plate on the lower valance. But here is what I need from you guys. You have a S30 sitting around, especially if you don't have a bumper on the S30. You could take these measurements for me and leave in the comment section below, or Facebook message me or DM me on Instagram. I would really appreciate that, because I could use these measurements. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? I'm not going for like an authentic OEM replica build, but if you could measure these and send it to me or leave in the comment section below, I would highly appreciate that, because I could then use these measurements and start putting things together the way it should be. So thanks again guys for watching. Thanks again for those of you who have Datsuns who are willing to take these measurements for me. I really appreciate that. I have a lot of big plans coming for this 280Z, and I'm very excited to be back in the garage working on the car again. So thanks again for watching the video guys. Hit the like button if you like the video, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to my channel, and see you in the next video. Peace.